It just must be rewarding. Like this new season's getting great reviews, the best yet for this spinoff.
Yeah.
And I know you and Warren have talked about like, there's only so much meat on the bone to kind of play out that relationship.
Yeah.
After all these
years. I think
we
beat it to death.
Right, you got it. You nailed it.
Yeah. I think we were a couple years late. To be honest with you.
So what has it been a shot in the arm to kind of like find a new dynamic between the two of you this year?
Certainly. It was great to shoot because we got to, we've been kind of doing variations of the same theme for 10 years.
Yeah.
The two of us, and so that's where kind of Negan was stuck with this Maggie character. So then to do this spinoff that. It started off the spinoff, I think, for the first part of the first year. Okay, there's going to be some movement here. And then I felt like last year we really got bogged down in season 2. Negan especially, from my point of view, all I did was cry, and he'd lost his charisma and, everything that made him Negan. And I called Dan McDermott, who... runs AMC, and I was like, from my trailer after the last day of filming of season 2, and I said I can't do it like this anymore.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome, and thank you, and I love you, and that started a whole nother conversation. Before you run off, Jeff, is there a way we can shift this and make it a show that we all think it can be?
Yeah. So you were fully prepared to walk away. Yeah.
And I think Lauren was there also. I was just the first one to call, and I'm really quiet about. I don't often call, anybody.
They know it's something when.
Yeah. If I'm calling, there's something going on, and luckily, we brought in Seth Hoffman, who I think injected so much, and I remember having my first phone conversation with him, kind of one-on-one, and. What are you looking for? What do you want to do? And I was like, well, the dynamic has to change. There has to be more to it than she wants to kill me, and I'm trying to make her not kill me and talk her out of it and save her or save her son. Yeah. We've done it. And then I just wanted Negan back. I wanted his humor and charisma and his smartness back in the show because I felt like it just, vanished. And we were able to do that.
Really? We gotta talk about this one, folks. Damn. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a video for The Walking Dead universe and The Walking Dead Dead City. We are here to talk about a massive bombshell of an interview, I would say, that Jeffrey Dean Morgan just had earlier today. You guys were sharing this one here in my server, on my Discord server, and on my Instagram, and I was like, damn, like no way this is true, but apparently it is true. I watched the clip. I watched a little bit of the interview as well, too. I didn't watch the whole thing because the thing was like an hour long, but I skimmed through some of it just to kind of see what they were talking about. And JDM had a very, very interesting few words to say about Dead City and Negan's character and what he felt. So, yeah, I will leave the link down below so you guys can kind of check this one out. I'm going to also play the clip here as well, though, so you guys are going to get a very good idea of what this is, and you guys can see this for yourselves and kind of give me your opinions down below, but this is very wild here. This is very, very insane. So, apparently JDM was not happy about Dead City. That's what I can say. Dead City obviously started back in 2023 with season 1. It was very much Negan versus Maggie. Apparently JDM was starting to kind of get a little burned out from what he said, and then apparently season 2, it just unraveled for him. So here is what he said here, and this is what I'm reading off here. Jeffrey Dean Morgan admits he was ready to walk away from The Walking Dead Dead City because Negan had lost all of his charisma. And then it says, in quotations here from him, and then I felt last year we really bogged down in season 2. Negan, especially from my point of view, all I did was cry, and he lost his charisma and everything that made him Negan. And I called Dan, the guy who runs AMC, from my trailer at the last day of filming season 2, and I said, I can't do it like this anymore. It's been awesome, and thank you, and I love you, but he can't do it anymore. And then I started the whole other conversation, but then before you run off, Jeff, is there any way that we could shift this and make this a show that we could all like it better? And then The guy interviewing him said, so you were fully prepared to walk away? Jeffrey Dean Morgan said, yeah, I think Lauren was also there also. I was just kind of the one to make the call, and I'm really quiet, and then I don't often call anybody. If I'm calling, there's something going on, and luckily we brought in Seth Hoffman, and I think injected so much. He goes on to say, and I remember having my first conversation with him one-on-one. What are you looking for? What do you want to do? And I was like, well, the dynamic has to change. There has to be more to it. And then she just wants to kill me, and I'm trying to make her not kill me and talk her out of it and save her, blah, blah, blah. And we've done it, basically, is what he said. And then I just wanted Negan back. I wanted his humor, charisma, and smartness back in the show because I felt like it just vanished. So that is the clip. That is what went down. And that's what he said. Wow, man. I mean, I agree. I completely agree. I'm glad that Jeffrey Dean Morgan didn't keep his trap shut and just acted like everything was going great when it wasn't. And I said that when I was watching season 2. And every single frickin' review I would make for season 2, everybody used to come to me and say, Dan, you're just a hater. Dan, why are you hating on Negan? Dan, stop being a Negan hater. Like, it's all this, and this, you know? And I'm like, Dan, you just don't like it because you don't like it. You don't look at the story for how good it is. And Dan, you this and that. Like, I can't even count how many comments I had about that. And look what the fuck he just said. This is exactly what I'm talking about, folks. I was right. I was right the entire fucking time. I know Negan's character, and I knew that season 2 and what they were doing with him was not exactly accurate. And you can't argue my point here. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, the actor himself, did not like Negan in season 2. And I can't blame him. Imagine filming the season 2 finale and you're getting stabbed in the back for the 15th fucking time by Maggie, and then you're crying for a little girl that never even spoke to you, and you're sitting there having to act like you're emotional for her and all this shit. I'd be fucking walking away too, to be honest with you, and it sounds like he was going to. It genuinely sounds like if they didn't switch showrunner, he would have quit. Which brings me to my next point. This is really juicy information that JDM just gave us here. Because you know what that just confirms us right here? It sounds like Dan was the one that was like, oh, well, what do you want us to do? Please don't leave. Like, what do you want us to do to change it? And then he was like, well, we need to get, you know, a different storyline. And then they brought in, quote unquote, they didn't say it, but they were like, we brought in Seth Hoffman afterwards. I'm like, yeah, so in other words, JDM was the reason that they switched out Eli Journey and they got, you know, this showrunner in. So, I mean, good call. Genuinely good call. I mean, I'm not going to act like Seth Hoffman's like this peak writer, but after the episode I saw this Sunday, that was a lot more Negan than any Negan I saw in season 2. You know what I mean? So, you know, I completely back JDM on this. I'm glad that he made this statement. I'm glad that he said what he said. And I back it 110%. And now, I mean, again, for all those people that say that I was just hating on Negan to hate on Negan and I wasn't looking at the story like properly, I fucking knew there was something going on. I know it, and I know it every time I see it. I know The Walking Dead incredibly well, and I know when something's off. And I'm saying that to those people that kept calling me a Negan hater. That was like, oh, no, Dan, you don't understand. It's called character development that he would leave his family behind. And it's called character development that he would do all this random stuff. No, it's not. No, it's not. And this statement is exactly the shit I'm talking about. Everything that JDM said in this interview is exactly what the fuck I've been saying in my reviews. So I appreciate it. And you know what's funny? Early season 3, yeah, they did that too. They were cleaning up his fucking storyline that went to shit. So I honestly think that it's a good thing that they got a new showrunner. Absolutely. Now, to kind of go into the other side of things, because we've talked about how bad season 2 Negan is. I don't have to go into that. As a Negan fan, I was disgusted. I was disgusted with his character, and I did not like what they did with him. So I'm glad that JDM put his foot down. He said, enough's enough. Like, I'm not going to fucking do this shit, you know, for a paycheck and ruin this beloved character for the fans, you know? JDM knows what we want. JDM knows what is right and what is wrong. And to be honest with you, I wish this guy knew how to write a fucking episode or something, because you know that he could even write Negan himself with the pen and paper, and he'd probably know exactly what to do. You know what I mean? That's how good he is. So, JDM, man, seriously, you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT, and I'm glad he spoke out against this, and I thought that was great from him, and made total sense. Now, let's move on to the other side of the coin, if you will. The fact that Lauren was also close to leaving after season 2, it sounds like they were both kind of, you know, done. I gotta say they hit that pretty well, because now obviously promotion's one thing, you know what I mean? Lauren and JDM always act happy, you know what I mean, when they're doing interviews about Dead City, and they always act all passionate about the show and stuff, you know? When really it sounds like it was actually kind of draining them. So that's, again, that's why season 2, man, it's not good. It's not a good season. And this, to me, is proof that it's not a good season. Apparently, Lauren was just as close as JDM was to leaving altogether. Now, imagine you that. Dead City's so shit, and it got so shit during season 2, that Lauren and JDM were actually considering just getting off The Walking Dead. Damn, man. I would have really been pissed at Gimple if that would have happened. Like, seriously, because it's Gimple's fault that this show went down the route it did. You know what I mean? He let the shit get dragged out so long until it was so bad that JDM threatened to leave, and then he's like, oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, you know? Like, that's just crazy to me, man. So, it's Scott Gimple's fault. 100% it's his fault. And the only person that I think I have to thank for in any of this right now is Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was the one that said, enough's enough. Me and Lauren are thinking of leaving. The story's the same. It's repetitive as hell. We are not going to keep doing. Maggie tries to kill Negan every season and find different ways of getting her to kill him every single season. That's repetitive storytelling. And like I said that in my reviews for this season. And so many people said, Dan, why are you saying this season's bad? It's great. It's so good. I'm like, no, it's not fucking good. It's not good. They even messed up Herschel in season 2, which they don't address here, but they even messed up Herschel. They're just getting his character back on track now in season 3. So I don't know. To me, that makes season 2 objectively not good now. To me, when JDM himself comes out and says how bad it was, yeah. I would say at that point, you're pretty much at that point where you could say that, and it's objective. So, as for season 3, look, we've only seen 3 episodes. I was a fan of this past episode. The other 2 didn't work as well for me. So far this season 3 of Dead City, I do acknowledge is bringing Negan's character kind of back in a better direction. So we'll see what Seth does with the remaining of this season and what the deal is there. It sounds like JDM genuinely does like season 3 from what I'm hearing, and I can tell that that's pretty honest from what I'm hearing. So we'll see, man. I mean, I just hope that they don't start doing repetitive writing again and they don't ruin Negan's character, because it sounds like JDM was at that point where he was saying, you know what, like, I think I've had enough, you know? So now we know that it's not far-fetched for that to happen. You get what I'm saying? So that's a pretty big deal. But, yeah, we'll see what happens, folks. I had to come on here and talk about this. I want to hear your thoughts, your comments down below. Crazy news, absolutely insane. The interview's insane. Check it all out. Let me know your thoughts. And do you agree with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, or you disagree with him? Let me know. So if you guys are new to the channel, you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe on so you don't miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon. More videos very soon. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies hit a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.